This is a simple tool to make. It's simple in design, but it is very effective in wood turning. It has many uses, and here it is. No, I need a 16-inch diameter one. This is for my bandsaw jig. You may have seen me use this ruler in other videos. It is a centering ruler. It's flexible, see-through. I use it a lot. It has 1/2-inch increment holes all the way down, and I'm going to use this to make my marks on my new jig. I'm using this small metal pick tool to just gently put an indent into the plexiglass. If you hammer or do anything else a little too rough, you could crack or shatter or break your plexiglass. I'm also adding an indexing type ruler on the opposite side of where I made the hole increments. And this is to help me work indexing on and off the lathe. I chose 10 degrees so it'll match the 36 points I have on my lathe. This is a nice added feature. It kind of makes it a multi-purpose tool where I can start indexing on the lathe and finish it off the lathe, or vice versa. I decided to add some removable painter's tape on the edges, so if it gets damaged or anything from running the pencil or something back and forth, or a marking knife, I can easily just replace the tape. And I also added a hole up top to hang the center finder when it's not in use. I also, at this time, went ahead and finished all the 1/2-inch spaced holes, which I ended up using a 1/8-inch drill bit. To mark the holes every inch, I used my labeler, which I surprisingly use this quite often in my shop. I did decide to make the labels round. I figured it would be easier to see and to align them over the holes, and I can align the labels on the back side with the front side easily. I'd also like to note, when I cut the indexing slice on the center finder, I didn't cut all the way down to the center hole, as you can see here. I wanted to give a little bit more structure on the entire piece because it wasn't exactly that thick. It was a little floppy. The piece of plexiglass I used was 0.093 of an inch thick, which is about 2.3 millimeters thick. Next time I make one of these, I would definitely make it a little bit thicker. Also, I was impressed how accurate using the bandsaw and creeping up on the 10-degree mark with a file was. I thought for sure I would have to redo this and use the table saw, but it worked out. So for wood turning, you can definitely use this center finder to find the center of a piece, but you can also use it to find the center of an oddly shaped piece. You can use it for grain direction, what you want in a piece and what you don't want in a piece. You can use it to determine the diameter of a piece. You can also use it to mark off-center work, as in 3-sided boxes. Well, I know this is really going to come in handy. I've been wanting to make one of these for a while, and it was somewhat shatter resistant, but it seemed to crack a bit. So I think I would get something a little bit thicker next time, and something that was a little bit more shatterproof. But other than that, I think this will hold out for a while, at least a couple of years before it breaks, unless I drop it. I like the addition of numbers on both sides. Making them round really made it easy to line them up. I could even add some extra elements in here. some maybe curved lines and things, anything that I could use as templates. But I don't want to add too much to this because it's really going to decrease the strength of this. You could also buy these. I've seen them online. There's a couple of places that make them this big or a little bit bigger. I've seen them up to like 23-inch. I don't think you can get them on Amazon this big, only like 10-inch ones. But I had the plexiglass in my shop, so I figured I would just make one. So as always, stay safe in your shop at all times. Thank you and take care.